Hey everyone, welcome back to the studio. So in today's video, I'm doing a good old-fashioned journal with me. Now, I haven't actually journaled in several weeks. I'm talking about like 6, 7 weeks because I've been so burnt out, so sick, and you can check out my previous video if you want to catch up on that. But basically, life gets really hard sometimes, and all I could do is just be in survival mode. But I'm feeling better. We had a pretty good week, and I want to write about it in my journal. I started a new insert. This is the Ginkgo design, which is currently sold out on our website, but we are restocking very soon. And we also have some B grade versions that you can buy at a discount on our website, saricastudio.com. So if you're interested in the insert that I am using today, definitely check those out. I've already prepared the photo stickers that I want to use. I printed out 6 of them and I'm going to use them over the next couple of days. So if you're interested in how I actually make my photo stickers, I have a few tutorials on my channel that walks you through my process. So if you're curious about that, go and search for those photo sticker tutorials. And I also have a few washi tape and sticker decorations on this page. But for the most part, I just wanted to write. That is the core of my journaling style. I also recently switched to cursive for my journaling practice. So in the past, for the whole insert in 2024, I used print writing for my journaling, and I love my print because it's very legible, but to be honest, it's so slow, and sometimes I just want to write. It's a lot easier on my hand as well. So I decided to switch to cursive for my journals and my commonplace book, but I am still using print for my Hobonichi Weeks, which is my social media planner, and my main planner, which is up there in the upper left corner. So if you want to see the rest of my journals, fear not, I am going to do a full video on that later on. But for today's video, I really just wanted to get reacquainted with my journaling ritual. These last several weeks without a journal has been so weird. Whenever I don't have my notebooks to anchor me, it's like I'm floating without any direction. I know I'm being a little bit dramatic about that, but I really feel like even if I wasn't sick or burnt out, if I'm not journaling, there's just something missing in my life. And it just makes me feel a little bit more scatterbrained when I can't write things down. So that's why I'm just so at peace writing in my journal. I'm just like, wow, I really miss this. I do that every time. Every time I take a really long break from journaling, whether it's necessary or whether it was unwilling, I feel like there was something missing. So I'm sticking in some photos of Sam and I out on an early Valentine's Day date. This was on Wednesday, and then Valentine's Day was on Friday. Honestly, I really just wanted to avoid the crowds, so I asked Sam if we could go out to a lunch date early on Wednesday, and it was so wonderful because no one was there. And these are the photographs that I decided to print out. There were lots of choices. But recently I've been capturing more vlog footage, and I actually decided to put some accompanying footage of what I'm actually journaling about. And this leaves me with many ways of documenting my life. So not only am I taking pictures, but I'm also trying to capture some footage, and I'm also writing about it. I just feel like I'm documenting my life in so many different ways. And at first, it was a little bit hard to do with using a camera, but I've recently switched to using my phone to capture those videos, and it's been so much easier to capture a few seconds or a few minutes of footage here and there, and then get back into enjoying the present moment. So this is what I was writing about, just documenting a lunch date with my husband, Sam. We went to Shaka Ramen, which is one of our favorite places to get a nice warm meal, especially on a frigid cold day like this past Wednesday. This restaurant has a lot of cute, colorful decor all around us. And while we waited for our food, we flipped through our journals. I brought a few things, including my Hobonichi Weeks, which is sorely neglected. And I really just flipped through it, didn't know what to write, but it was nice to have with me. And then I also had my passport traveler's notebook. Actually wrote in his passport traveler's notebook with his brass Kaweco, which originally was mine, but he has taken to it quite well. So there it is. It's kind of a joint pen. We kind of just share it whenever we want. And the food came out really fast because, like I said, we were avoiding the crowds. So I got a spicy ramen. It was one of my go to dishes. And then Sam got his shrimp tempura. We were both really excited to be able to eat all of the different components because when we bring our kids here, they like to take our little fish cakes. And yes, I got the spicy ramen, but I have to add more spice because I live for spice. Spice is everything. And it could have been even spicier, honestly. So yeah, I ate that whole thing. And Sam already finished his, like, by the time I was halfway done with mine. So he was journaling some more. And we decided to go to the library after that for a little book date. I have been looking for some new reads, and I just went to one of my favorite authors, R.F. Kuang. I've already read Yellowface, and now I'm going to start the Poppy War trilogy, which I'm a little nervous about because it is disturbing in some ways, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we picked out a couple of other books as well. I love the little displays that they have for Black History Month and for Valentine's Day. It makes it a little easier to find some relevant reads. And then we got into a study room and we're practicing for our podcast because we don't have a podcast yet, but we always talk about starting one, something where we can just be truly silly and be ourselves. So we did that for about 10-15 minutes. It was just a practice run to see what we could come up with. I don't know if anything will go on the internet from that, but after that, we just sat and read a little bit. I read Black and Blues by Imani Perry, and Sam read the Delargut Department Store of Dreams. I think that's what it's called. And then it was time to go back home and do some more work. So back to the studio. And that is what I wrote about, basically. I'm going to continue writing a little bit more about that. And here you can see my big old head as I try to write. So, yeah, most of the time when I'm writing in this journal, it's about just the events that have passed and capturing those memories. And I think I really enjoy adding a little bit of that vlog footage because making these videos, whilst I do love making YouTube videos, it does help me to kind of remember what actually is going on with my journaling process. Because when it's just me looking at a block of text, I'm like, what the heck am I writing about? The stamping helps when I stamp out a keyword or something that jogs my memory. So I just stamped out ramen vertically here. And on the other side, I wrote about the library. I get so many questions about these letter stamps, by the way, and I can't find where I originally bought them from. But I did find an Etsy shop that is selling the exact same thing. So I'm going to link it down below. I don't get any affiliate money or nothing like that. But I'm so glad I finally found it because I've been searching for y'all ever since I've been using them. I don't know. I've been looking for it because they're really awesome. Anyways, I wrote a whole bunch here and I didn't record the whole thing. So here's what I came up with. Cursive for the win. I feel like I need to just write really fast. And then I decided to stamp the word library. I love the library so much. It's one of the best institutions out there. And we should all support our local libraries. Okay, here we go. I'm making some lines. I love doing this. It's like one of those design elements I feel like really helps with a spread sometimes. If you don't know what to do, just draw a little line and break up your text a little bit. So, yeah, I think in the next part of this journaling session, I just wrote a tiny little bit about Lunar New Year. So, this journal spread is all about celebrations. We're celebrating love for Valentine's Day, and then we're also celebrating Lunar New Year, which was on January 29th, the year of the snake. I'm ethnically Chinese, and my family is from China. So, yeah, we have called it Chinese New Year for a really long time, but I guess it's Lunar New Year to be more inclusive nowadays. And yeah, it's February, but we're still going to do Lunar New Year. We were too sick to get together with family. And yeah, so that's what I'm writing about. It was not a lot of text, but there was a lot happening. I didn't really have enough time to write a whole lot more, but I did write that I have been connecting more with my culture, more so in my 30s than ever before, and I'm really grateful for that. So that's what I wrote. I think I'm going to revisit that topic later. But even though it was very snowy out in our area, my mom and sister drove all the way to visit us. The dogs went crazy because they just love my mom and sister so much. So that's super cute. Oh my gosh. She just pets their heads so wacky. And she brought over some red envelopes. These are traditionally given out during special occasions, but especially on Lunar New Year. So she gave it to me and Sam, and of course all the kids. And these are called hongbao or lisi in Cantonese. I speak Cantonese. Sorry about my terrible Mandarin, but yeah, super pretty. And you're supposed to hold on to these for good luck. And there's money inside. I forgot to mention that. But anyways, she also helped me re-up on all these different herbs, spices, and things like that. And of course, because my time of the month is coming up, she made me some red day tea. If you guys are on Xiaohongshu, you probably know all about that. I've been drinking this stuff like every day, and it helps me so much, especially during these cold winter months when I need more energy and I just feel so cold all the time. But yeah, it helps so much. I mean, it has a ton of potassium, let me tell you. But it's an herb, it's like a healthy herbal tea. Anyways, I'm just gonna sit and enjoy that while Sam makes some babaos. And I got so much energy after this. Look at that, I'm dancing. Oh, me and my mom, we're dancing. Anyways, we made a quick and easy meal. Nothing too fancy, certainly not as elaborate as some of the other people I know how they made their Lunar New Year meals. But like I said, it was just a really quick makeup lunch. For these babaos that Sam made, he's trying out a new recipe here. I just decided to make a quick stir fry. We did some stir fried tofu, stir fried chicken, and some gailan, which is like a leafy green. Gotta have that. And of course, we gotta have rice and kimchi for that probiotic health. And here I am just playing with the family. We're just enjoying a few hours together before my mom and sister had to head home. And of course, the dogs stuck to us like little shadows because they just love company. And finally, to wrap up this weekend, we had a little favor bag Valentine's Day goodie packing session with the kids. So they put their little Hershey Kisses and little temporary tattoo Valentine's Day cards into their favor bags. We did a bunch of other snacks as well. And that was a wrap on Valentine's Day and Lunar New Year's. So this was a really lovely time in my life that I documented in this spread, and I'm ready to move on. So I am going to finish up this spread with a little bit more deco, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the rest of February. The days are getting longer, the sun is setting later and later, and we're getting really close to March, which means basically spring. So I'm so excited, especially because I feel like this winter was a bit rough for us. So I'm looking forward to brighter days ahead. I can feel the benefits of journaling so much already. My mental health is greatly improved now that I've reintroduced myself to this ritual. And I'm doing a lot of other things to take care of my health as well. After that serious bout of illness, I am a changed woman. I am no longer taking my health for granted. I have been drinking my herbal teas, eating healthier, making healthier choices. I've also been waking up earlier than my children so that I can do some light exercise, doing some core workouts, some weightlifting, and some stretching. The only thing I have to work on now is my sleep because that's still pretty terrible, but that's kind of out of my control, to be honest. Hopefully, with time passing, it will improve. And this is what I did on my journal a couple days ago. This is the finished spread. I hope you enjoyed it. I am pretty pleased with the result. And I also tucked in my little red envelope into the front pocket here just to hold on to good luck. You're supposed to hold on to it for a while. And yeah, I wish you all good luck as well. And happy journaling, happy planning. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is a new format for me since I interspersed some of my vlog footage. I personally like it better. I don't know why I whispered, sorry. But yeah, see y'all in the next video, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye.